My name's Aaron. I'm 31, and I used to work the overnight shift at a gas station off Interstate 40 in Arkansas. Overnights weren't busy. A few truckers passing through. The occasional college kid driving too late. After 3 a.m., it usually went dead quiet. Just the hum of the coolers and whatever I had on low on my phone. That stillness is the reason I noticed him as quickly as I did. If the nights had been louder, busier, I probably would have forgotten him after the first week. I didn't. The first time he came in, it was just after 3 a.m. I just finished mopping near the drink coolers. The door chime rang. An older man walked in. Mid-60s, maybe. Gray jacket, dark baseball cap, clean jeans. Nothing unusual about him at all. He didn't look at me. He walked straight to the coffee station. Poured a cup. Didn't add cream. Didn't add sugar. Then he walked to the counter, set the cup down, and looked at me. Not aggressively. Not with any particular expression. Just waiting. I rang him up. $1.89. He didn't respond. He placed $2 on the counter. Didn't wait for change. Picked up the coffee. Left. Normal enough. I didn't think about it again. The next week, he came back. Same night. Same time. Same gray jacket. Straight to coffee. No cream. No sugar. $2 on the counter. No change taken. No words. Third week, same thing. After the third visit, I checked the timestamp on the receipt out of curiosity. 3:12 a.m. The next Thursday, I watched the clock. 3:11, nothing. The lot was empty. The highway was quiet. 3:12, the door chime rang. He walked in. That's when it started to sit wrong. It wasn't that he was rude. It wasn't that he was strange in any obvious way. It was the way he moved. Most customers, even regulars, glance around. Check their phone. Look at a price. Their eyes move the way people's eyes move when they're in a space. He didn't do any of that. He moved like someone following a set of instructions they had memorized a long time ago. Straight line from door to coffee station. Coffee station to counter. Counter to exit. No deviation. No variation. The same path every single time. Like a groove worn into the floor that only he could see. $2 on the counter. No change taken. 2 minutes inside the store. Every time. Exactly. Fourth week, I tried to start a conversation. Late night. Nothing. He stared past me. Not at me, past me. Like there was something just over my shoulder that required his attention. I turned slightly and checked the reflection in the glass door behind me. Nothing there. When I looked back at him, he blinked once. Slowly. Then picked up his coffee and left. 3:14 a.m. 2 minutes. Same as always. The fifth Thursday, I decided to do something. Our coffee machine runs an automatic cleaning cycle starting at 3:10 a.m. I turned it off at 3:05. Powered it down completely. I wanted to see what he would do if the routine was broken. I stood behind the counter and watched the clock. 3:11. 3:12. Door chime. He walked in. Same jacket. Same cap. Same straight line toward the coffee station. Then he stopped. The machine was dark. No coffee ready. No lights on the display. He stood completely still in front of it. Not looking for a switch. Not checking if it was broken. Just still. Like something in his internal sequence had hit a wall and didn't know how to proceed. 10 seconds passed. Then, slowly, he turned his head and looked directly at me. It was the first time in 5 weeks he had ever fully faced me. His expression didn't change, but his eyes were different from what I expected. Not empty, not confused, focused. The way someone looks at you when you've interrupted something that mattered. Something that wasn't yours to interrupt. He walked to the counter anyway, placed $2 down. No coffee in his hand, just the money, and waited. I didn't touch it. What do you need? He didn't answer. We stood there in silence for maybe 15 seconds. The coolers hummed. The highway outside was quiet. Then he spoke, for the first and only time. You moved it. Quiet. Calm. Not an accusation. A statement of fact. Before I could respond, he turned and walked out. Didn't take the money back. Didn't look at me again. I stood at the counter staring at those $2 for a long time. The following Thursday, I left the coffee machine on. I stood behind the counter at 3:11 and watched the clock and watched the door. 3:12. The door chime didn't ring. I checked the lot through the window. Empty. The highway was quiet. Nothing moved. 3:13. 3:14. Nothing. He never came back after that night. I worked another 4 months at that station. Every Thursday, I found myself watching the clock around 3 a.m. without meaning to. Every Thursday, the door stayed quiet. He was just gone. A week after his last visit, I mentioned it to the day shift supervisor. Just casually described the man. Gray jacket, dark cap, comes in every Thursday at 3:12, never says a word, always coffee, always $2. She looked at me for a moment without saying anything. Then she said she knew who I was describing. An older man. Same description. Used to come in for coffee every Thursday morning, same time, same order. She'd served him herself more than once. He stopped coming almost a year ago. I asked why. She said he died. Heart attack. On a Thursday morning, around 3 a.m. He'd been driving to work on Interstate 40, less than a mile from the station. I didn't say anything. She didn't seem to think it was a strange thing to mention. She went back to what she was doing. I stood there for a while after that. Before I quit that job, I checked something. I pulled the transaction logs for every Thursday at 3:12 a.m. going back 6 weeks. 5 entries. 5 Thursdays. Each one showing a $1.89 cash sale. Coffee. Exact amount. 3:12 a.m. Then the week I turned off the machine. Nothing. No transaction. No open drawer. No void. Not even a canceled sale. Like he was never there. But the other 5 weeks, the register recorded every one of them. Someone placed $2 on that counter. The drawer opened. $0. 11 and change sat uncollected in the till. 5 times. I counted the change myself on 2 separate occasions. It was always there. I still think about the way he said it. You moved it. Not angry. Not confused. Just disappointed. Like I'd broken something that wasn't mine to break. Like his routine, whatever it was, wherever it was taking him, had existed long before I started working there, and would have continued long after I left if I had just left it alone. I don't know what I interrupted. I don't know where he was going after he left the store each night, or what the coffee meant, or why 3:12 specifically, or whether any of it was ever really meant for me to understand. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up for no reason, and I check the time on my phone. If it's 3:12 a.m., I don't go back to sleep right away.